Welcome to the Deep Dive. So you've sent over some really interesting materials all about streamlining print production, using automation to boost efficiency. So our goal today really is to kind of sift through that and pull out what look like 6 pretty manageable steps, things that can actually make a difference in the workflow.
You're right. Not some huge, daunting overhaul overnight.
Exactly. We're talking practical steps, bite-sized automations, that sort of thing that give you real results.
Yeah, and it's clearly needed. There was that Keypoint Intelligence survey, right? That found, what was it, 87% of printers said none of their volume is fully automated.
That's a huge number. It really shows there's a lot of room for improvement here.
Definitely. And it seems top of mind for our listeners, too, based on the materials we got.
It does. So to make this less intimidating, we're breaking it down into 6 levels.
Okay.
Starting with tools you probably already have, right up to more, integrated solutions, kind of roadmap.
Makes sense. So what are the 6?
Okay, so number 1, hot folders and presets, the basics. 2, automating job imposition tackling layout. 3, basic prepress automation with the free Fiery JobFlow base.
Ah, the free stuff first. Good.
Always good. 4, advanced prepress using the paid Fiery JobFlow and InFocus PitStop. 5 is post-press automation. And finally, 6, integrating with other shop systems.
Got it. A clear progression. Where should we start? Level 1.
Let's do it. Level 1, hot folders and presets. Like you said, this is often the easiest win. If you've got a Fiery server, chances are you already have this capability.
Right. It's about automating the very start of the job. Saved settings, automated submission points, foundational stuff.
Okay, so presets, they're just saved job settings, right?
Yeah.
Paper type, color profiles, all that jazz. Set it up once, save it, then it's just one click for similar jobs.
Cuts out a ton of repetitive configuration.
Yeah.
And hot folders.
Hot folders take it a bit further. You set up a folder on your network, maybe link specific print settings to it. Then you just drag and drop a file in there.
And bam, it goes straight to the Fiery with those settings applied. Simple drag and drop.
Super simple. Cuts out repetitive steps, which is great.
And really valuable, especially for, say, new operators. Presets mean consistency. Fewer errors because they don't have to remember every single setting for every job type.
Yeah, it standardizes things.
Yeah.
We heard from Himanshu Pandey at Avantika, actually. He said using Fiery presets for repeat jobs, especially with similar imposition, really cut down their turnaround time.
See? A small change, big impact.
And Matt Weir from Kelmat Ltd. mentioned their staff just drag and drop similar layout jobs into hot folders. Frees them up for customer service instead of, fiddling with settings.
Exactly. Shifting focus from manual tasks to, value-add activities. Yeah. And Jim Morrell from Morrell Printing, he said even their front counter staff use hot folders sometimes.
Right, to bypass prepress entirely for simple jobs. That's a big speed boost.
Huge.
And the best part, getting started here is, it's pretty easy. There are free e-learning classes, how-to guides. You could probably get up and running in less than an hour.
So really no excuse not to use level 1 if you're not already.
Pretty much. Okay, so building on that foundation, level 2, job imposition automation.
Right. So level 1 sorted out submitting the job and the basic settings. Level 2 tackles the page layout on the sheet, the imposition.
Imposition. Arranging pages so they fold correctly, basically.
Yeah.
For booklets, brochures, that kind of thing.
Exactly. And doing that manually, it's time consuming. And honestly, it's easy to make mistakes, especially with complex layouts.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine. So level 2 automates that part.
Precisely. You create and save imposition templates. Your pre-press team designs the layout digitally, puts in all the cut marks, fold marks, everything.
Yeah.
Then you link those templates to your hot folders or presets. So now when a job comes in, it gets the right settings and the right layout automatically.
So it takes another big manual step out of the equation. Reduces errors too, I bet.
Absolutely, especially costly errors. Martin Klopp at Sears A mentioned how easy Fiery Impose makes it. A few clicks to create a layout, save it as a template, reuse it. Big productivity gain for recurring work.
Makes sense. And booklets? You mentioned errors there can be really expensive.
Very. You might not catch a layout mistake until the job's fully printed and being finished. Waste of time, waste of materials.
Ouch.
Yeah. Cindy Lay from Allied Reliability Group actually talked about automating their booklet production. They use hot folders that already have the Fiery Impose templates built in, minimizes that risk significantly.
Smart. So automated submission, automated layout. What's next? Level 3.
Level 3 takes a bigger leap. We're talking basic but more comprehensive pre-press automation using Fiery JobFlow base.
JobFlow base. And you said this one's free.
Free for external Fiery servers, yes. And it's browser-based. The key idea here is connecting the dots, tying together presets, hot folders, imposition templates into actual workflows. And the impact can be pretty dramatic. Remember that example? Setting up a multi-up booklet manually might take, 15 clicks?
Yeah, something like that.
With Jobflow Base, you can get that down to just 1 click, the initial submission.
Wow. 15 down to 1. That's significant.
It really is. Reduces errors too, obviously. And it does more than just link things. It enables stuff like intelligent batching.
Intelligent batching, like grouping jobs.
Yeah, think business cards. Jobflow Base can collect all the individual business card orders that come in during the day and then automatically submit them as one big batch run at, say, 4 p.m. for same-day turnaround.
Ah, that's clever. Very efficient for those small common jobs. What else?
Automatic image enhancement. Automated pre-flighting using Fiery Preflight, that's part of the graphic arts packages or automation package.
Pre-flighting checking files for problems before they hit the rip.
Exactly. Missing fonts, low-res images, wrong colors. It flags them early, saves headaches down the line.
Definitely.
Plus, it helps with file management, auto-archiving, pulling files from Dropbox or FTP, converting source files like Word or Publisher Docs into print-ready PDFs automatically.
That conversion part sounds useful.
It is. And you can save and share these workflows you build, so everyone's using the same efficient process. There's even a library of free sample workflows you can grab and adapt.
Sounds pretty powerful for a free tool. Is it hard to set up?
Most people can manage it themselves, apparently, but, professional services are available if you need help. Maciej Gombacz from Silveco said they use it to build more complex automated workflows, and it really minimizes mistakes.
Okay, so Jobflow Base connects the dots, automates multi-step pre-press tasks, and it's free. That leads us logically to level 4, the paid version.
Right. Fiery Jobflow, the full paid version. And the big difference, the key addition here, is integration with Enfocus Pitstop. So Jobflow integrates that power. It goes way beyond basic checks to automatically find and actually fix a huge range of potential print problems in PDF files.
So even cleaner files hitting the press.
Much cleaner. And the paid Jobflow adds more horsepower, too. You can submit multiple jobs at once and have the system intelligently route them to different workflows based on rules you set.
Okay, so more sophisticated logic.
Yeah, and better collaboration features. Things like built-in review and approval steps, both internal and maybe even for external clients. Crucial for complex jobs. Maciej Gombacz, the guy from Silveco again, mentioned they plan to get the full version specifically for its advanced scripting.
Scripting. To customize things even further.
Exactly. To build highly specific pre-press processes tailored to their exact needs beyond the standard features. There's also something called the Connect module for developing custom integrations with other third-party apps.
So really opening things up.
Definitely. And Jeff Routman from Allegra Tampa Downtown made a really interesting point about the paid version.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
Potential payroll savings. By automating so many pre-press tasks, maybe you don't need quite as many people dedicated just to pre-press. That can impact the bottom line significantly.
That's a big consideration for sure. Okay, so pre-press is looking pretty slick by level 4. Clean files, efficient workflows, but the job's not done until it's finished, right?
Exactly. Which brings us neatly to level 5, post-press automation, getting the finishing equipment set up automatically.
And this is critical because errors in finishing cutting, folding, binding, they can be the most expensive mistakes, can't they?
Absolutely the most expensive, often. Wasting fully printed sheets is painful. So automating the communication between the printer and the finisher is the next logical step.
Connecting those islands of production, as the material put it.
Precisely. Integrating the Fiery with offline finishers, cutters, creasers, folders, booklet makers bridges that gap. It cuts down manual setup on the finishing device.
Which means fewer errors and faster make-ready times.
You got it. Less chance for someone to type in the wrong setting on the cutter or folder.
And it works with lots of different brands of finishing gear.
Yeah, the compatibility is pretty broad. Oshitec, Duplo, Graphic Wizard, Horizon, MBM, Morgana, Clockmatic, Uchida, quite a list.
Yeah.
And there are usually specific guides for integrating with each.
That's good. And the time savings can be huge. Up to 80% reduction in setup time.
That's the potential, yes. A big part of that is the barcode system in Fiery Impose.
The barcodes, how do they work again?
When you set up the imposition layout, you can add a barcode right onto the sheet. That barcode contains all the setup instructions for the finisher.
Okay.
So the operator takes the printed stack to the finisher, scans the barcode on the top sheet.
And the machine just sets itself up.
Exactly. No manual typing of measurements or settings. The barcode tells it what to do, cuts errors, saves time.
That's genuinely clever.
It is. And with Fiery Job Flow, especially with Duplo finishers, you can get even more advanced.
Like what?
Well, for spot UV coding, JobFlow can automatically add registration marks, split the CMYK and varnish layers into separate files, and send them correctly to the Duplo coder.
Oh, okay.
Or for Duplo die cutters, it can add the right registration marks, embed a barcode with the cutting program info, even rotate pages automatically if needed for the die.
So really automating the whole finishing setup.
Pretty much. We heard from Tim Rozema at Get It. Now, Print, he said this saved them loads of time and made things way more efficient just using the barcodes.
Well, world-proof.
Yeah. And Carl Scheibhofer at Keindorfdruck. Fiery and Pose shortened their processing times and let them send cutting marks straight to their Duplo kit. Luis Guillermo at TechRom automated their business card flow right through to their Duplo cutter using JobFlow.
Lots of good examples there. Resources available for this too.
Yep. Quick videos, webinars, those all-important manufacturer-specific how-to guides for setup, and even more detail on the advanced Duplo stuff.
Great. Okay, that covers a lot of ground. From job submission right through finishing. What's left? Level 6.
Level 6 is the, let's say, the ultimate goal for many. Integrating your Fiery setup with other shop systems, breaking down all the remaining silos.
So connecting everything, like offset prepress to digital, web-to-print portals, the MIS system.
Exactly that. Connecting offset workflows like Agfa Apogee, Kodak Printergy, Heidelberg Prinect with your Fiery, linking your e-commerce site directly to production, feeding job data automatically into your MIS for costing and tracking, connecting to shipping systems, maybe CRM, a truly unified operation.
That sounds like the dream scenario.
Companies hitting this level see amazing results, are better positioned economically, just a seamless flow from order to delivery.
We saw examples, right? Sconitric, Pointone Graphics, Finsky Meteor connecting offset and digital.
And Imperial Communications, Maverick Concepts, Endicia linking web to print or MIS systems.
Endicia had that crazy reduction, didn't they? 11 steps down to 1.
Yeah, using the Fiery API, the application programming interface, they built a custom integration to slash that manual process. Shows the power of custom connection.
So API and JDF are the keys here. JDF being the job definition format.
Those are the main tools, yes. JDF is the standard language for job tickets between systems. The API allows deeper, custom software integrations.
Sounds like you might need some specific expertise for this level. Programmers? IT folks?
Often, yes. Or training your own staff or working with consultants or Fiery's professional services. It's about building those specific bridges between your systems, extracting job data for cost analysis, optimizing scheduling, letting jobs flow from the web portal. Lots of possibilities.
And resources for the brave souls tackling level 6.
Still available. E-learning courses on the concepts, how-to guides for configuring JDF, info on the Fiery integration program and the API itself. Plenty to explore.
Okay, that's the 6 levels, but you mentioned a bonus level.
Yes, the bonus level.
Yeah.
Production analytics. Because once you start automating, you need to measure the results, right? And find where to improve next.
Makes sense. What tool is that?
It's called Fiery IQ.
Yeah.
Specifically, Fiery Insight within that suite. It's a free, cloud-based set of tools.
Free again. Nice.
Yep. Free with Fiery DFEs. It basically takes all the production data your Fiery is generating anyway and turns it into visual dashboards and analytics so you can actually see what's going on.
See things like
Printer uptime, where you could automate more, how different printers compare, where bottlenecks are, maybe where staff need more training, how shifts perform against each other. Really useful insights.
data-driven decisions, basically.
Exactly. Kara Markall from Bombu Productions said they use Fiery IQ to pinpoint inefficiencies and make real process improvements based on that data. It helps you fine-tune everything.
So analytics closes the loop. You automate, you measure, you refine.
That's the idea.
Okay, so we've covered a lot. 6 levels plus analytics. The big takeaway for me seems to be that getting started doesn't have to be this massive project.
Not at all. You probably have powerful tools already on your Fiery DFE. Level 1, maybe even level 2 could be quick wins.
So the advice is, take a look at what you're doing now with presets and hot folders. Maybe do a little workflow analysis. Find those repetitive tasks.
Absolutely. Identify the low-hanging fruit first.
And thinking ahead, when buying new gear printers, finishers think about how they fit into this automation picture, how they'll connect.
Definitely. Think integration from the start.
And you mentioned Fiery Job Expert briefly. That's a newer thing.
Yeah, it's quite clever. It analyzes the job and picks the best print settings automatically. More intelligence built in, especially on the newer Fiery platforms like FS400 Pro, another layer of automation to consider down the road.
Got it. So laying this groundwork now really sets you up for the future, doesn't it?
It really does. Better productivity, happier staff, not doing tedious tasks, happier customers with faster, more accurate jobs. It all adds up.
So definitely worth exploring the resources on Fiery.com to figure out that next step.
For sure.
Well, this has been a really informative deep dive. Thanks for breaking it all down.
My pleasure. Lots to think about.
Definitely. Thanks for joining us.